Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm gonna propose 5 crazy ideas for the upcoming WWE Premium Live event Extreme Rules and the weeks after it. This isn't what I think will happen, nor what I want to happen. This is just all crazy ideas that came up to my head. My first crazy idea revolves the SmackDown Women's Championship match between Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey. In this match, both these women will try to kill each other, but eventually, Ronda Rousey pulls up the victory with the help of Shayna Baszler. On the SmackDown after Extreme Rules, Liv Morgan has an interview with Kayla Braxton in the ring, where Kayla asks Liv how she feels about losing the title that meant everything to her. Liv tries to answer the question, but she bursts into tears instead. She falls on her knees and continues to cry out of heartbreak. All of a sudden, the lights in the arena goes out. Then, red lights turn on. Bray Wyatt's Fiend returns from under the ring, and he looks at a depressed Liv Morgan. He looks at her and reaches his hands, which Liv would grab. Lights go out, and they both disappear. On the following week, the Firefly Funhouse returns, where Bray Wyatt would welcome Liv Morgan, who would be wearing red and black dress, revealing herself as Sister Abigail. They would go on a destruction path, then they face Rollins and Lynch, who would be champions by the time, where all four has history. Liv and Bray would win the titles of Becky and Seth. Then they would face Cross and Scarlett, Balor and Ford, and continue to dominate the division until they meet the tough challenge of Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. The next idea I had is concerning the fight pit match between Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle. For those who don't know, like myself at first, the fight pit match is a steel cage match where you can only win by submission or knockout. There is no pinfalls, there is no escaping the cage. Seth Rollins enters first for the match, and as he goes down to the ring, Matt Riddle attacks him from behind. He then pulls his finisher on the outside and throws Seth to the ring. He grabs as many weapons as he can, including a hammer, and puts them in the ring. He enters the ring, the cage goes down, and all of a sudden, Riddle flips his middle finger to the crowd, letting everyone know he is now a heel. He shouts, "This is for cheering Seth for ruining my family name." As the meaning of this is that he didn't like that the crowd loved how Seth brought his family a couple of weeks ago from their match at Clash of the Castle. A double turn happens here as Seth goes as a face and Riddle as a heel. They put on another great match, and in the final moment, Riddle grabs a hammer and punches Seth with it, winning the match by knockout. Seth would go on to challenge for a world title as Matt Riddle continued his heel work against the likes of AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Johnny Gargano. We get to the Royal Rumble match in 2023 as Riddle was number 1, and then enters number 2, who would be none other than his bro, Randy Orton. Orton would go on to eliminate Riddle later in the match, which will lead to Randy Orton versus Matt Riddle in a last standing man match at WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood. The third idea I had is about the I Quit match between Finn Balor and Edge. Finn dominates the beginning of the match. They steal the show, and then Edge takes the upper hand at the end. And as he would almost make Finn say I quit, Rhea punches Beth Phoenix, who is sitting in the crowd. She grabs Beth and starts throwing punches. Edge tries to make Rhea stop, but she pushes him, grabs a steel chair, and threatens Edge to hit Beth with it. Edge grabs a mic and says, "I quit." Finn wins the match, but all attention is on Rhea, who looks absolutely evil. All members of the Judgment Day stare to each other looking confused. On Raw after Extreme Rules, they tell Rhea that what she did was too much and that Rhea stepped out of the line. Rhea then screams at them and leaves of anger, making it clear she is out of the Judgment Day. Rhea would go on to dominate the division, while Becky Lynch faces Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship. After Becky wins the title from Bayley, Rhea would attack her, challenging her to a match at Royal Rumble for the Raw Women's Championship. Moving on to the next idea. It is a ladder match for the Raw Women's Championship between Bianca Belair and Bayley. Bayley and Bianca give it all to each other. That match. At the end of the match, Dakota Kai and Io Sky will try to help Bayley climb the ladder and win the championship. And as they go onto the ring, the crowd goes wild as music hits, with Michael Cole saying, "It's boss time." Sasha Banks and Naomi return and take out Dakota Kai and Io Sky, while Bayley is shocked and Bianca is smiling. And as they look on, Sasha punches Naomi and throws her into the steel steps to everyone's shock. Bayley capitalizes on this, throws Bianca up from the ladder, captures the championship, and becomes the Raw Women's Champion. Later, Sasha Banks would go on to explain that she did punch Naomi because people always assumed that Sasha Banks manipulated Naomi to walk out with her from Raw. And she would say that Naomi didn't defend her and made her look like she's the evil person in the situation. On the following weeks, the Survivor Series War Games, Damage Control takes out Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Raquel Gonzalez, Shotzi, and everyone who joins Bianca and Naomi. We get to the day of Survivor Series War Games, and it's Damage Control with Sasha Banks versus Bianca, Naomi, and 2 people. On the kickoff show, Bianca and Naomi cut a promo saying that they have found 2 people that will help them in Damage Control once and for all. We arrive to the match. Sasha Banks and her team enter, and she goes straight to the cage. Enters Bianca Belair, then Naomi, and as the whole world sees, Candice LeRae turns to a big bob, and she goes straight to the ring to meet Sasha Banks. And as the world waits for the final member, of Team Bianca, her theme hits, and we look straight into Dakota Kai's eye as she is shocked because it's somebody from her past, and that somebody is Tegan Knox. The final idea would be more about the aftermath of a match I think will happen on Extreme Rules, which is Johnny Gargano versus Austin Theory. Before Extreme Rules, Kevin Owens would try to convince Theory that the Money in the Bank is cursed, which is why he has been on a losing streak. Of course, Theory wouldn't believe Owens. But on the Extreme Rules day, Johnny Gargano beats Austin Theory on his first Premium Live Event match on the main roster. And after the match, we look at Austin Theory in the corner questioning himself. On the following week, crazy accident would happen to Austin Theory. And one day we see Austin Theory being so close to get hit by a car, which makes him freak out and leave the briefcase. The Money in the Bank briefcase goes missing. Adam Pearce would start interrogating with the locker rooms, but none of them would have the briefcase. On the road to Elimination Chamber, we start seeing live footage of what happened, as we see backstage worker receiving anonymous messages to send the briefcase to someone else in exchange for money. In Elimination Chamber, Roman Reigns would put the WWE title on the line inside the Elimination Chamber, and just the WWE title, where he would retain only for the crowd to go nuts after the return of the person who stole the briefcase, which is none other than John Cena. John Cena would go on to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase and win the WWE title, becoming a 17-time world champion. On the next Raw, Theory would go out and ruin the celebration of Cena. He said that Cena stole the briefcase, his win is not real, he is a fake champion, he was the illegal holder of the Money in the Bank briefcase. Adam Pearce comes out. He says that what happened has happened and that Cena is now the champion. But he agrees with Theory. He then makes a WWE Championship match between John Cena and Austin Theory for the WWE title at WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood.